The more that I was thinking about it, the less. I mean, we talk about
less what?
You talk about rookie kickers in the NFL, right? They have to go through their whole season, and they have to go through another whole season. She has to go through her entire last season, emotional, of course, last tournament, and then the season starts May 24th. The draft is in April. Like she doesn't have that much time off, if any, because especially if she's finishing school, then she probably graduates in May. And then the season starts May 24th. Definitely
10 Saturdays.
Exactly.
Doing 3-on-3.
$5 million bucks.
$5 million bucks. WNBA salaries, I don't think.
Well, that was the other thing. Thinking about that, like the NCAA women's, players are becoming such stars that they're going to have to redo that in the first pick. And it might start with Caitlin. It might start down the road. But like this Juju Watkins at USC, she has the third most points ever in a freshman year. She's going to be in it if she plays all 4 years like Caitlin. Like there are some other girls, the girl from South Carolina who's coming off the bench and scoring 30 points in 15 minutes, the center. Like there are a bunch of stars now in women's college basketball that they're going to have to change it.
Yeah, but the WNBA is not going to want to change it.
No.
They're like, we're finally about to make some money now.
They might have to change that. I looked it up. The rookie wage scale, $76,000 is the number one overall pick.
Yeah.
Oh. That is no brainer. She need to change the game.
They're going to play in Europe. Make more money in Europe.
What are we talking about here?
Yeah.
Let's go change the game. Let's sign with the Big 3 first.
Then they have to.
Yeah.
Then they're drafting a Big 3 player.
Right.
Which Caitlin Clark is then going to be at odds with the WNBA.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
I'm sure her teammates are going to love that.
Yeah.
If that happens.
What? Her teammates?
They're trying to get more money for them.
Yeah, she's doing it for the future.
They understand.
Games
They have to
Wednesday,
understand.
Friday, Sunday. So she would play Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 3 games back to back to back.
But Big 3
It's half court.
right?
It's half court. I don't think that's an issue.
She's just going over the 4-point spot anyways.
Yeah.
And just hucking.
Yeah.
And then her dad's like, do a layup. Why you got to be so flashy?
Jeez.
How do we feel about him? We like him.
See, I think he is going to be a
awesome.
huge factor for Big 3 because I think he's going to be like, you got to go fucking show him. What, do you don't want to play basketball? You don't want to play basketball, huh?
Don't want to compete?
You don't want to
compete
you
with
don't
them?
compete? Exactly. Like, I think he's going to be Ice Cube's best friend if she decides
There's a
to
chance
play.
he also, and we've had a chance to interact with some of her representation, and they're going to get it right. But, like, there's a chance that Caitlin, her dad, and the WNBA, are going to have to figure out, because she has a $5 million offer publicly sitting right there.
Yep.
$76,000.
$76,535.
She probably got the Nike deal, though.
Big
Oh, yeah.
deal.
Yeah.
Definitely
Nike deal
State
probably.
Farm.
State Farm, Gatorade.
She does have all that.
She'll have all that, but that's not. Hey, WNBA can't be pocket watching what's making outside.
She
of
can
there.
make
That's-
a bonus of $5,000 if she wins Rookie of the Year.
Okay, so $81,000 potentially.
What are we doing?
How much were your tickets? How much were your season tickets for the Fever?
Season tickets for 19 games, I believe, were $6,500.
Okay, so that's one.
Was this-
What's that?
Was that before they knew Caitlin would be the number one? Would be coming out?
No. It was after. I mean, I was getting tickets because Caitlin Clark.
No, you're a Fever supporter.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I mean, I live and die with the
Have
Fever,
been for
but
years.
to really get me there, especially during NBA playoffs, NHL playoffs.
She's gonna be selling out all these arenas.
Yeah.
So there has to be some sort of deal. Like, hey, listen, we're not fucking idiots.
Well,
She has all the power. She has all the leverage.
What was it? The Alex Rodriguez rule? Like it should be like the Caitlin Clark rule.
we'll see, because I think isn't the biggest issue is that, like they've been talking about, like they're breaking all these records, like Iowa games in terms of viewership. Like if that happens when she gets to the WNBA, like if their numbers skyrocket like they had, then you would assume that there's going to be a new CBA. Like they're going to have to come up with something, because then that will truly change like all the advertising deals and all that kind of stuff. Because I think
unless Caitlin goes, I understand this is going to be a 3 to 4 year transition process business wise. I'm here to help grow the WNBA. I get it. Like, you guys are going to profit immensely off of me, but that doesn't mean the whole league is profiting. And I'm here to better the league. Afterhand, I'll take $81,000 because of Nike, because of State Farm, because of Gatorade, because of all the things that are going to happen probably here in Indianapolis.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, there's going to be
Salesforce already signed her to something.
that's local businesses are going to like. So she's going to make a lot of money. So there is a chance that Caitlin Clark's like, I'm here to better the WNBA, and I very much understand it. It's like Kathy Engelbert and Adam Silver then need to be treating her like a
the princess who was
god.
promised.
Yeah,
Kind
right.
of like LeBron.
Like, remember there was Brittany Griner was walking through like commercial, like the actual airport.
Yep.
It's like can't be doing that if this person's making all the money for your league. Like we're gonna have to make
But
some
Caitlyn
sort of.
too, though. Can't Caitlyn, like every other athlete, could say, "Hey, I might fall down the stairs tomorrow and never be able to play again. Like I need to take the guaranteed money, like 76,000 versus 5 million for 10 games."
Well, what you said about
What if she does? What if she says no to the WNBA? What if she says, you know what, I'm going to go back to the NCAA, actually, and I'm going to take the $5 million from the Big Three, so I'll be able to get all my – don't do that.
No.
Hey, Cube, if she's even considering not coming to Indianapolis, I need you to withdraw your offer.
That's right.
Yeah.
I know it's good for her and her family. We need her here in Indy. We got Fever season tickets already.
Yeah, bingo. What you said about Adam Silver kind of gives it another angle too, because obviously, like Cube said, they don't work with the NBA, and there has been public disputes between the Big Three in the NBA. So if Silver gets involved, then I think that
Which he
definitely is.
Yeah.
I think is
he might just kibosh this thing. We're not fucking doing this.
not happening.
This was fun.
And that's why we love him.
Yep.
And that's why we love him.
Hey, Jay.
He's a good commission, great commission, tall, kind of weird looking a little bit, but we love him.
Whoa.
Ty didn't say that.
I didn't know. No.
That was a phone.
Yeah, exactly. That was a video.
We saw one clip of one speech, and it has become a 48-hour straight
Yep.
run of everything.
My throat hurt pretty bad this morning waking up. Yep.
The amount of but we love them.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
At least 100.
Jeez.
This one's Universe Ball, Caitlin Clark.
Okay.
And you're going to you're doing a putt for a giveaway. This is Universe Ball.
Universe Ball.
Universe Ball.
That we ain't giving away.
You're right.
That's
So
a good idea.
hold on.
Good
You're
idea,
right.
Pat.
Can't have you on that team, Pat.
That's a good idea, Pat.
Because he's
Pac,
already
right.
Pac. We don't need you on that team. We love giving away money. We enjoy it. There's some people that are ingrates, and
Some.
that'll always happen. Huh?
I said some.
There are people that are, seemingly,
Sure.
Get all that. But a majority of the people are great.
right.
We can never let the assholes ruin it for the majority, which is kind of a metaphor for life, too.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
That's Twitter.
Caitlin Clark going to Big Three or no?
We're about
see.
to find
First
out.
we'll decide.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
It looked good, too. That's how you know it was a real one.
The universe is talking.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
If you do recall, first week of March Madness, 2 Universe Balls said 2 different teams are going to win national championship. Both teams are out.
Yeah.
They lost their next games immediately.
They did.
So the universe been lying. Why you always lying? The universe been lying. This Big Three, Caitlin Clark. Oh, no, it's no chance.
Yeah.
All right.
It was a fun idea.
It was cool. It was a good
Fun
idea.
idea.
Smart by the Big Three.
Yeah.
It was smart.
It was smart by
That was smart by the Big Three. There maybe had been a lingering, a rumor of this potentially last week, that we had heard. Mm-hmm. And immediate reaction is that's smart play for the Big Three.
Smart by them.
Genius.
We didn't know what the number was. We just heard there was
Great marketing. Yeah. Great marketing.
great marketing. But what if they do? Like, what if
It could happen. Like, it absolutely could happen. Yeah.
then they're selling out every arena they're going to? Not that they wouldn't, but they're now getting exposed to a completely different demo of people that probably didn't even know the Big Three existed.
For sure.
And then now, boom, you're off and running. Like, from their standpoint, I'm appreciative of the fact that they are creative enough. Like he said, whenever we thought of the idea, and then this whole thing, I'm like, thought of the idea. I like that. Like, I like that you thought of the idea, because most people would just be like, nah, no chance. And Ice Cube's like, well, let's fucking see.
Yeah.
I mean, let's find out if she is. At least we can take our shot. And if it hits, I mean, that's big deal.
Yeah.
In it, for sure.
There has to be some sort of percentage that they're going to respond with about TV deals that come after this. Like, there's a chance that their counter would be, but if they get a counter, that means
There's some interest.
there's a chance of this entire thing. And he talked about all his marketing partners. It's like, hey, this is real. We potentially can get Caitlin Clark. How much do we feel about it? And then all of a sudden, now you got somehow an amount of money that you never thought you could get to.
Yeah.
You're there all of a
How
sudden.
about percent of ownership?
Not only like percentage of ownership is good, but I think like she would want like TV deals.
She ain't
Don't
gonna
they
get
have
that if she go
they
to
have
the
salary
league,
cap,
though.
right?
What's
Don't
that?
they have rules?
Do they have
Don't
rules?
they have salary caps and rules like every other professional
Big
sport?
three.
That's what I'm saying.
League?
She wouldn't be
No,
able
no,
to do that for the
WNBA, I'm saying.
WNBA though.
What's that?
WNBA.
Half for TV and all of that.
Oh,
stuff.
no, yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
business wise, for 10 weeks, 8 weeks, maybe 10 weeks, 5 million.
So we didn't even think about. We assume she's going to do great in the Big Three, like 4-point shot.
4-point shot, just post up. Yeah.
I
Oh.
assume she's going to be able to hit that, but
It's the other side that I would worry.
Yeah, how's everything else?
Yeah, it's like if
What if she rolls ankle or something?
Yeah, anything like that. There are some legitimate.
Oh no. What? Current salaries around the WNBA: the Atlanta Dream total salaries $1.3 million, Chicago Sky $1 million, Connecticut Sun $1.4, Dallas $1.2, Indiana Fever $1.2.
That's big.
Cap room
Like
a couple $100,000. The Washington Mystics total salaries $938,000.
Mm-hmm.
What do the coaches get paid?
Key CBA number salary.
Maximum 208 is the maximum.
1.4 is the salary cap.
Supermax. Okay.
1.4 is the salary cap.
They need that TV money, man. That's how you pay people.
Well,
How
with
you pay
Caitlin in the league,
that will
should
go
help.
up.
they should get a TV deal.
When's their TV deal? Yeah, when's it up?
You know, anything's up at any time. That's what we're learning, right?
Yeah.
You're right.
If humans, you know what I mean? We just heard the other day that ESPN, Fox,
Yeah.
and who was it?
Warner,
Yeah.
CBS?
HBO, right?
Was it CBS? Who was it?
That are combining into that service.
Yeah, that came out. I don't know if anybody really, like the amount of things that are just like fluid, seemingly at all times. Well, we want to pick up another game. Well, how much money do you have? $150 million. Okay, Amazon. Yeah,
Yeah,
you
sounds good.
You got
want a playoff
you
game?
got a playoff game. Congratulations. Like Amazon could come in and say, we would like 5 of Caitlin's games from CBS. So then CBS would get the number of the money. Well, they would have to be the ones that decide what because they're in. It's almost like you're renting a house that you're renting. It's like a double rent. CBS is able to. That's what happened with the Big Ten deal. Fox had all the games, and then they leased them back to the league to be able to re-license them to Peacock. So whenever it was being sold potentially to Peacock, they thought maybe they didn't know what games they'd be getting. But the Big Ten was like, the Fox was like, we control all the Big Ten games. You guys can have this one, you guys can have this one, you guys can have this one. And then the league had to go to Peacock and say, hey, here's the games we have. And they still built an entire thing around it all. So it is possible, even under a contract, to be able to kind of move. The WNBA current TV deals are worth around $60 million in total. ESPN chief Jimmy Pitaro expects the WNBA to be part of any media rights renewal deal with the NBA. Okay. Here we go.
Yep. Yeah. And it will grow. Like the stars in women's college basketball are
Getting
becoming
paid.
massive. I think.
Well, not only getting paid for a reason, people are paying attention.
Yeah.
You know, like Caitlin Clark said, you know, people seem to care more about the women's tournament than the men's tournament, and that's like all the people she's around. And who knows, like the amount of gambling that's on the men's side is going to keep people involved there. But the amount of tension in conversation.
For sure.
And I can just only speak for myself, the amount of I'll turn on.
Yeah.
I will turn on the women's.
A lot of people. A lot of people will. Like people that aren't even really basketball fans will turn on to watch her.
That South Carolina team, even
lot
when
of
they
good
were up
girls
45, they were up 45 over North Carolina. I'm still watching because like the intensity, like the style of play is like 100% every drive, every single possession. We are full speed. Like it is. It's an incredible turn. It's an incredible style of play.
Well, and it'll be interesting to see if Iowa and LSU both make it for a rematch. Like that, that will draw massive numbers.
Well, West Virginia was trying, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, this USC
We play
team,
good though. We play good.
Who, West Virginia? Yeah, played great. We got screwed by the refs.
Juju Watkins is like absurdly good at basketball. Like I'm excited for this USC game, especially. I mean, it's Friday, so I believe if we all watch that, you will be stunned by how good this girl is.
I've seen the
just watching like the
freshman,
up
right?
and down. Yeah, she's a freshman. She scored I think 900 points this year. It's absurd.
All right. Well, shout to the Fever.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's make this happen.
Please.
Let's not Ice Cube out business an entire league.
No.
Right.
You can do this.
You can.
I mean,
You can do
what can
both.
you do when you have $80,000 in the salary cap this year? What can they do?
There's exceptions to everything.
She needs to take
Is
this
there?
money.
Rules change.
Yes.
for a
She
reason.
absolutely needs
Do
to take
both.
this
She can
money.
do both.
What about
and
the
do
Fever,
both.
Foxy?
She can do both. I trust her.
Yeah.
She's been playing AAU her whole life. She
Yeah.
probably played every single day growing up.
She's not going to do both.
We only talk about
gotta
10
do
weeks
both.
right here.
Just gonna-
We only talk about 10 weeks.
10 days.
10 days, 10 weeks, 10 games.
They don't even need to
flights.
practice, really.
Do they play one game in each time?
I think so.
Because if
At
it's
least
just one
multiple
game.
teams. Yeah.
And it's half court.
Yeah, because it's 8 teams in a city.
Just getting warmed up for my other game.
The thing I am interested about is like
Injury would be bad.
Yeah, like the physicality. Is there physicality in the big three? I don't know. Like, because underneath there is.
Big dudes, yeah.
There's big guys.
I mean,
grown
good
men.
players, guys that are very, very good.
The injury is going to be the problem. Because say they're in the hunt and she has a big 3 game at the end of July and they're making a playoff.
See, I'd go
push.
the complete opposite direction. If I'm paying them $5 million and somebody else is paying them $76,000,
Sure.
I'd be like, hey, we're in a playoff hunt over here at Big 3. Let's make sure we're not fucking around on this full court.
Yeah, but do you think she wants to help build the WNBA more?
For sure, but like, but
That's not her job, though. It's not her job.
Absolutely not.
that's a wild. I bet you the Caitlin Clark camp is actually having full on.
Oh yeah.
There's pros.
They should.
There's a full pros and cons list going. I bet you there's very mixed feelings in the room. I'm sure there's somebody that is all in on yes.
Oh, yeah.
This is trailblazing, groundbreaking, 2 leagues, same time, highest paid. This is by far what we're doing. And then there's other people that are like, well, will this take away? Does she become a sideshow? Like all that type of shit. There's I couldn't even imagine that room. $5 million feels like the right number. Like Ice Cube and them feels like that's a lot of money compared to what they're going to make over there. It's like, when I first heard of it, I thought no chance. But then as we start looking at the salary cap is 1/3 for the entire team, is 1/3 of what she's making playing 10 games in another league. It's like, you got to look at that.
It's not like there's a moral dilemma either. This isn't live.
No.
It's not like, hey, I don't know if I should take this money. Like, no. Like,
No, moral wise though, but
Checks out.
what if
Checks out.
And I'm not saying this happens, but what if she gets D'd up by some 6'8" grown man and scores 0 points for 10 straight weeks?
But it doesn't matter.
I don't think people will care.
Yeah, and
I really
Also,
don't.
if they're paying her $5 million,
She'll get over
So you should
Yeah.
never think about that as a player. She probably ain't thinking about that.
her team though.
she'll get over.
Hey, they locked me up. They locked me up. I go over here and score 30.
Go to the WNBA on Saturday or on Friday. Okay, drop 27, have 10 assists. Go into that 3-on-3 game. They got 6'8" Gary Payton somehow, the modern day, locking her down. And they're like, well,
She could also do that.
made
It's like,
$500,000 today, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, leave
If
it all
she
on the
tears
court in
it
the
up-
WNBA, and then just be like, all right, I'm just gonna fucking run around screens for 30 minutes in the Big 3.
Chuck
Guess
shots.
what? They're still paying me $500K.
Yeah, if she talks to Kathy Engelberg, she's like, it's just that's just
Yeah,
my practice
I'm
session.
just gonna dick around, run around a little bit, get some cardio. I'm not gonna get
This is
my
what I
no
would be
shots
doing
up.
in my off day anyways. I'd be putting up 500 shots. They're only going to let me put up 30 shots in this game. So
I'll
imagine
shoot one from half court, at least one.
do
But
the whole song and dance.
yeah, but outside of that,
If season 1 works, what's the season 2 price?
Well, that's
Double.
the percentage of the team. That's where, not WNBA percentage, but like with Cube, the business, that's where you figure out the whole.
Imagine if Dwight Howard comes to the Big 3. Her throwing oops to Dwight all day long. Ooh.
Dwight?
Dwight's done with basketball.
Yeah,
No,
he's
still playing.
He's not
He's still
done with
playing
basketball.
somewhere.
Yeah,
He's
Playing
He's-
over,
No,
he's
somewhere.
living like a god in Taiwan.
Well,
I don't
it's
think
a
we're
wrap.
getting him out of there.
He's living.
anytime.
He's living his. He said, "Don't worry about me over here." As things were coming out about Dwight, that guy, he was a basketball player back then.
oh yeah,
Is he still? I haven't seen the highlights.
Oh yeah, he's
still playing?
chucking threes. He's living the dream.
Caitlin throwing to somebody, whoever it would be, because we haven't seen that game. The alley-oop.
Scalabrine.
Not many dunks in the Big 3.
Oh, really?
Yeah, not many. Really? There's only a few guys I think that are still dunking in the Big 3.
Well, because I
Like
watched
he-
those Olympics. The Olympics, there's not.
Exactly. Yeah, like Joe Johnson. Probably people who would watch the Big 3 will say he's the best player in the Big 3.
sure.
He's not. He's not dunking.
Not anymore.
All right, let's go. $5 million, a lot of money.
Think about it.
You know how pissed. All right, now we're thinking about the other guys in the Big 3. Now let's talk.
That's the big. Yeah.
$5 million,
Oh, yeah.
huh? All right,
Cool.
let's see how this
That's
goes.
what, yeah, you got to worry about that. Yeah.
Because
Gotta worry about it.
they have families, friends, reputations, everything like that as well. Oh, did you see what Caitlin did to? Like, you don't want it just as a competitive human being,
They all competed at a very high level in basketball.
and she's making 3x probably.
Oh my
what
God.
they're making in there.
10.
Yeah.
Yeah, but business-wise, they'd understand more eyes, more money.
Yeah.
They would. I think they would. I think everybody in the Big 3 would be like, okay, more eyes, more money for all of us.
Probably a
But
lot
when
of.
the playoffs come, you know, when those. Ah, man, that would be intriguing to watch. That'd be a social study happening right in front of
Yeah.
us, from one day literally to the next.
Yeah.
Whatever town they go to afterwards, look at your hero now. Whatever city they're in, a lot of that. I mean, it's just writing itself for a rock promo.
Papa Clark.
Yeah.
Look at your hero now, Papa
Look
Clark.
what you've done. Look at your daughter now. 0 for 4 from the field.
Papa.